Razabani for FightHype.com. With me, I've got trainer, manager, coach, promoter, to an extent, ex-fighter, Dave Coldwell.
Yeah.
How are we?
I'm good, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Here at the weigh-in for Kell Brook Rabchenko, obviously your man McDonald versus Gamal Yafai is on the card. Just before I come to your fighter, Kell Brook. I said to Eddie as well, the last time Kell had a weigh-in, it was amongst thousands of people outdoors, and almost just under a year later, it's in front of hundreds of people. So it must be quite hard when you've had that to come to this. Do you think?
Do you know what? I think all fighters care about is getting on them scales. Get on the scales, and that's it. I think that's what counts. It's just about the magnitude of the fight, isn't it? If you get beat, then you have to take a step backwards. You win, you progress forwards, and it's just how it is.
Is this do or die for Kell if he doesn't win this fight on Saturday? I know everyone looks at the positives and the Amir comp, but there's negatives to everything, and obviously you got to look at the fact that anyone can lose in the ring. So if this fight doesn't go to plan, is this?
Oh yeah, I mean, if he gets beat by Rabchenko, then that's it. But I can't see that happening. Can you?
We'll see what happens. I'm not sure. You know, it's two fighters getting in the ring. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
No, I can't see that happening. I would be shocked. Rabchenko's a very good fighter, but his best days were like 6 years ago. He's not really done anything on the scene in the last few years, and he's a good opponent to come back to, because he's not somebody that's just going to lie down, not somebody that's just going to try and survive. He's somebody that's going to, while he's in there, he's going to be trying to win, and he will believe that he's going to win. Listen, he'll think Kell Brook's coming off like what you said, Kell Brook's coming off 2 losses. Where's his state at? You know, where's his mental state at? When he starts getting punched again, how's he going to react? So he'll have that sort of confidence and that drive. But when the other man in front of you is levels above, then it tends that sort of game plan, it might go out the window a little bit, and he might find it hard to follow through.
Is Kell Brook's comeback fight with Rabchenko harder than Amir Khan's fight against Le Greco?
I think you'd have to say so, because before that press conference, before they announced who he was fighting, and before he started talking, did anyone kind of know who Le Greco was? I didn't. I know a lot of people that know didn't. Has he achieved what Rabchenko's achieved in his career? No, he's not. So yeah, Kell's is a tougher fight, but Khan's been out longer, and he's had a lot more things going off. So I mean, you're never going to put Khan in with anybody dangerous for his first fight back after a long while anyway. And then you can flip that around and say, well, look at who Khan's fought throughout his career. He's fought a lot of good names, a lot of dangerous fighters. So it's a gimmick. So you know, he's entitled to it, really.
That Brook Khan has to happen this year.
I don't think there's an excuse now why it can't happen. Now that Amir Khan's with Eddie Hearn, I think it's got to happen. There's no excuse for it. You know. It's got to happen, and I think once it's made, then people get excited about it.
I spoke to Greg Marriott yesterday, who's Kell Brook's nutritionist, and he said, because everyone talks about how 147 is difficult, and he said, look, the reason it's difficult is because by the time Kell comes back into gym, the weight he's added on, it's so hard to get him back to 147. He's fighting at 154. If he can maintain that weight and not stay too far away from that weight, then 147 without a doubt we can get him there, no problem. So
yeah, you can get him there, but what does getting him there take away from his actual boxing performance? If it's just 1%, it's taking something away from his boxing performance. So then he would be better at 154. So you know, fighters can make weights. Anyone can make a weight, but it's being able to perform at your best, and that's, can he do it? It's all right saying we can still do it, but you've had a long time to do it, and if you're saying that he's not been at his best, that's why you're moving up. Otherwise, why are you not still there? So it is what it is. But he'll know. He knows what he's talking about, and if they're saying that Kell can make the weight and perform at his best better than at 154, then go back to 147.
Your guy, your man, McDonald, obviously against a fight. It's a great British little dust up. Obviously, not many people probably know about the two fighters a lot, but it's a great fight.
I think it's the fight that steals the show. You know, it's definitely a fight of the night for me, potentially. It's just a good fight, mate. You know, you've got the young Team GB kid that's coming through. You know, been the promoted fighter all the way through his career, stepping up, and now you've got the other guy who's been boxing on small little shows the majority of his career. Then, you know, he gets on the undercard of his brother, and because of that, he starts getting on other matchroom shows. Gets up, builds his way, overachieves almost in a short amount of fights to fight for a WBC world title, you know, and got beat on points against a very, very good champ. Now he's got to rebuild. You know, he's had 2 little fights, a quiet 2017, and now it's back into the big fights for him. And you know, he knows. Listen, let's make no mistake. If Gamal Yafail gets beat, he gets brought back and get another shot. If Gav McDonnell gets beat, he's boxing on small old shows, or he's retiring. You know, it's one of those two things.
Had that conversation kind of taken place? Or,
you know, it's not stupid. You don't have to have a conversation about it. It's, you know, look at how active they are. They're not the kind of fighters. The twins. They're not the kind of fighters that are getting put on this show being built up. They don't. You know, but they're willing to fight anybody. You know, and that's what I like about these two kids. You know, Gav and Jamie. They'll fight anybody. When the fight was mentioned to fight Gamal, I rate Gamal. I always have done since he's turned pro. But yeah, Gav will like, yeah, I'll fight him. You know, everybody thinks he's going to get chinned, whatever. Yeah, I'll fight him. That's what his attitude is. You know, he believes he's going to win. Training's gone brilliant. He's done the weight brilliant. Everything has been fantastic. So all he's got to do is perform on the night, and it's whoever performs on the night is gonna win the fight. It's a good fight. You know, Yafai can box. He can bomb. It's a dangerous fight. They're the fighters that I tend to get the best out of Gav. When it's something where he doesn't feel that fear, he gets caught with stupid shots. He switches off. He can't afford to switch off in this one, and he knows that one. So I expect to get the best out of him.